Hi guys, this is Vineet and in today's video we will cover the Integration Services ETL project tutorial. This will be part 7 of this video. I hope you have watched all the parts from part 1 till part 6. If not, please go ahead and immediately start with part 1 and complete till part 6 of the this video series if you want to start with this part 7. Otherwise, there will be no benefit directly watching this part 7. Before proceeding ahead, I would like to request you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are new to this channel, or if you are watching this channel and have not yet subscribed to the channel. There's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. So I hope you have subscribed by now. Let me give you 5 seconds to subscribe. Please go ahead. Alright guys, so I hope you have subscribed by now. Now let's move ahead. There are some points to remember while watching this video. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept. If possible for you, please watch this video twice or as many times as you like until the concept gets clear to you. Now perform any exercises in your test and lab environments only. Do not touch any production environment or production databases. And we would like to know your thoughts regarding our videos, guys. So please do post us your comments, share us your requirements, provide us some suggestions. Let us know about your daily situations that you have encountered with SQL Server. Let us know if any of our content seemed helpful in your day-to-day scenarios, or if my content has helped you somewhere. Do share your stories with us. Let's move ahead. I've created some playlists for you to watch, and the best way to learn particular topic is to uh, learn via the playlist instead of watching videos randomly. So for SQL Server, I have created few playlists. So these are database design playlist, table playlist, uh, business continuity playlist, indexing playlist, performance tuning playlist, and the integration services playlist. Each of the playlist contains so many number of videos. So if, for example, if you want to learn about integration services, we would recommend going to the SQL Server integration playlist and watch all the videos in that playlist starting from video 1. And guys, I have around like 180 videos posted on my channel at present, so please watch all of them out. These videos are very useful for you in your day-to-day life. I also have a channel page link. So both the channel page link and the playlist pages links are given in the video description area, so please check out the video description area. Now let's come back to the topic, which is Integration Services ETL Project tutorial. This will be part 7. So please watch part 1 till part 6 before proceeding with this video. Now let me take you to notes quickly. So today what we will discuss how you can add the error flow redirection functionality within the ETL project that we have already created. If you have not watched, again I will re-emphasize that if you have not watched from part 1 till part 6, please go ahead and do so first before you can start on with this video. So I'm assuming that you have completed part 1 till part 6. So let me proceed ahead with part 7 of this video now. So what is error flow redirection used for? This is basically used for handling errors, right, that may occur in the transformation process. Alright, so the role of error flow redirection is to handle the errors that may occur in the data transformation process. And to handle the errors that may occur in the transformation process, SSIS or Microsoft Integration Services lets you decide on a per component basis, and per column basis how to handle data that integration services cannot transform. So there may be some errors that can occur during the transformation process. So integration services cannot handle all type of conversion errors. So it gives you the functionality to handle those errors in your own way, which integration services cannot transform. So the options available with you is you can choose to ignore a failure. That can be one of the option. If there is transformation, you can ignore that. Maybe in certain columns, if the transformation is not happening, you can ignore that. Or the other option available for you is to redirect the entire failed flow. Or third option is you can fail the component altogether. All right. So redirection can be done, ignoration can be done, or you may fail the component as well. All right. And by default, components in integration services are configured to fail when error occurs. So let me type the by default scenario. So by default, components in integration services are configured to fail when error occurs. So this is the default behavior, guys. And the fail component in turn causes the package to fail. So the fail component in turn causes the package to fail altogether, and processing then stops, right? Once the package fails, your processing will get stopped. Now, rather than letting failure stop package execution, you may so so I would say, rather than letting or allowing packages, okay, so rather than letting failures, any transformation failures stop package execution, what we can do, we may, so you may configure and handle potential processing errors as they occur. So you can do the error handling stuff if you don't want your package to stop execution in case certain failures occur during the transformation process. So you may configure and handle potential processing errors as they occur. So we have discussed about one of the options is to ignore the failures altogether, so that so I was talking about this option. So we can choose to ignore a failure that we discussed here in certain columns. So one option is to ignore the failures altogether, so that your package always runs successfully. All right. So let me write that down. So one option is to ignore failures altogether, right? So we can ignore the failures altogether, so that so that so your package maybe always runs successfully. All right, one option is this, to ignore the failures, and another option is this, you can also redirect the failed row. That is one of the options. So if any of the row is failing during the transformation, you can redirect that failed row to another processing path. All right, where the data and the error can be persisted or reprocessed. So we can change the path of the fail row that is causing issues in during the transformation process. We can redirect that fail row to another processing path where it can be reprocessed properly. All right. So let's move ahead, guys. And so what we will do in this lesson, we will create a copy of the package that we have already created so far up till lesson 3 .dtsx. So we will create a lesson 4 DTSX in this project. So what we will do, we will create a copy of the package that we developed earlier, lesson 3.dtsx. Now working with this new package, we will create a corrupted version of one of the sample data files as well. The corrupted file causes a processing error. So we will corrupt one of the files, and this corrupt file will cause a processing error to occur when we run the package. And to handle the error data, what we will do, we will add and configure a flat file destination instead of a table. So far what we are doing is we are reading the data out of bunch of currency files and putting that data in the data files in the destination, which is a SQL Server table. So what we will do, we will corrupt one of the files. So that will cause the processing error to occur, and to handle the data errors, we will add and configure a flat file destination that basically writes any failed rows to an error file instead of writing that row to a database. Alright, so we will redirect that particular failed data or transformation error data to a flat file. So we will show how to do that. We will show you shortly how to do that. Now, before integration services write error data to the file, you include a script component that gets error descriptions. So we will also need to introduce a script component that gets the error descriptions. So guys, alright, so I will mention out the steps. We will introduce a script component that gets the error description. We will then reconfigure the lookup currency key transformation to redirect any data that couldn't be processed to a script transformation. So we will show you shortly how to do that. So there will be some of the steps that we will be performing for this lesson. So let me write down those steps. So the step 1 will be to copy the lesson 3.dtsx package that is already created earlier. Step 2 will be so step 2 will be so first step is to copy the lesson 3.dtsx package. Step 2 will be to create the corrupted file. So we will corrupt one of the files here in step 2. In step 3, what we will do, we will add error flow redirection. Alright, and in step 4, what we will do, we will add a flat file destination where we want our error rows to be written. Then we will move on to step 5, and in step 5 we will test the lesson 4 tutorial package. So let's do these steps one by one. So let's start with copying the lesson 3 package. So first step, let's focus here, copy the lesson 3 package. Now in this task we will create a copy of lesson 3 DTSX package from lesson 3. So let's quickly open the Visual Studio project that we were building. Let's open SSIS tutorial solution. So waiting for this solution to load. It has various packages from lesson 1 till lesson 3, and in this project we will be creating lesson 4.dtsx package by copying the lesson 3.dtsx package. So I will show you shortly where the lesson 3.dtsx package is. Just waiting for Visual Studio to load. Alright guys, so Visual Studio project is loaded. Here we have this lesson 3 package on the right side. It's currently opened as well. So let me close it from here. So we have lesson 3.dtsx in the solution explorer window on the right hand side, right? So in this project, we will copy the lesson 3 DTSX package from lesson 3. And if you have not already completed from part 1 till part 6 of this video, I would highly recommend please go ahead and do so right now, because otherwise you won't be able to see all these packages that are showing up here on the right hand side. All right. So let's move on. So I hope you have already watched the all the video parts of this series from part 1 till part 6, as this is part 7 going on. All right, let's make a copy of lesson 3.dtsx project. All right, so in order to do so, what you can do is you can right click the lesson 3 DTSX package, and there's a copy option over here. Click copy and right click on the SSIS packages, do a paste. It will create a copied package with the name lesson 3 space 1.dtsx. Let's rename it to lesson 4.dtsx. So this is the one we will be using. Let's close this and save it as well. So lesson 4.dtsx is the file which we will work with here. So now in the solution explorer, please double click on the lesson 4.dtsx to open the package. So lesson 4.dtsx is now opened. Now we should be on the control flow tab, which is we are so we are on the control flow tab right now. Let me adjust the area. So on the control flow tab, on the design surface, you can right click anywhere in the background of the control flow design surface and select the properties. So I've selected properties and it has shown us the property window. So it will ask us to change the grid, although I have seen that integration services, if we create a copy of the package, it automatically generates a new ID. But let me generate a new ID once again. So this ID is starting with 6565. Let me generate a new ID for this package. So now the package ID is changed to B793, which is okay. Let me save it. So guys, we are done through step 1, and basically we have copied lesson 3.dtsx package into lesson 4.dtsx package. Now let's move on to step 2 of the project. So this is done. Step 1 is done. Now we will move to step 2, where we will create a corrupted file, or we will corrupt one of the files. All right, so let's move on here to the integration services project. Now to demonstrate the configuration and handling of transformation errors, we need a simple flat file that when processed causes a component to fail. So we need a flat file which causes the transformation errors to occur, right? In this task, we will create a copy of an existing sample flat file. So we will create a copy of an existing sample flat file. We will then open the file in Notepad. All right, and edit the currency ID column to contain an error nurse value. So we will create a copy of one of the currency files, and we will make some error in the data value which fails the lookup. And when the corrupted file is processed, the lookup failure causes the currency key lookup transformation to fail. Guys, give me a moment. Okay guys, let's continue. So we were discussing about modifying one of the flat files by making a copy of it, and we will edit the currency ID column to contain the error nurse value which will fail the lookup. And when this corrupted file is processed, the lookup failure causes the currency key lookup transformation to fail. All right, and therefore fail the rest of the package as well. So under the data flow we had added some lookup transformation. So when we corrupt the data, it will cause one of the currency key lookup transformations to fail. So this is the second transformation which will fail because we will corrupt the currency key data in one of the files. That will cause the failure and cause this component to fail. All right. And it will also fail the rest of the package. And after we create a corrupted sample file, we will run the package to view the package failure. So let's go ahead and create a bad currency file. Uh, Let me see where it is stored. Currency files. SSIS tutorial. I need to check where I stored the the currency file. So give me a few minutes, guys. Let me let me create one of the currency files with bad data, but I need to create the files in the same folder where all the currency files are there. But here, let me just create a currency file quickly, which will be a bad one. So let me search on this. Give me a second. So guys, I've located the files. They are in this location. So earlier in the first part of this video, we had downloaded some sample data for the integration services. If you have not watched the part one of this video, please go ahead and do so. So we have these currency files. In this file, we have a file currency underscore .vb. So let's edit this file and make it a corrupt file. So I'm editing it with Notepad. All right, so this file is open and let's try to corrupt some of the values here. Now, so let's replace the instances of VB written over here, which is a currency symbol. In all the rows, it's written VB, which is basically a currency symbol. Let's do a replace all. So do edit and replace. So we are replacing the VB values with keyword bad. This will cause the lookup failure in the dim currency table. This will cause a lookup failure. So I'm replacing all the values. So all the values are replaced with bad keyword. Let's save the file. Now let's replace it. So I cannot. So in order to write to the file, I need to make it remove the read-only options from the file. So let me do a property. Go to properties of this file. Uncheck the read-only option, click on apply and give permissions. Okay. This is now read-write file. So now I will be able to save the file. So let's save the file here. Yeah. Subs. Somehow it is not allowing me to save the file. Let me open the file once again. I've removed the read-only flag from this file and let's go ahead and open it and let's do a replace all once again. So I'm replacing the web with bad keyword and doing a save on this file. So this file is, okay, it's still not allowing me to save the file, right? You know why is that so? Because I think this file is blocked. If you right click on it, go to properties, you need to unblock this file because it was a downloaded file. So this file is unblocked now. So if we check the properties, I think we should be able to write to this file now. So let me open this and do a replace all once again. So do a replace all is done. Let's try to save it. Hopefully it will save this time. Okay, it's not saving with the word VB. Let's save it with the word bad. Let's create a new file altogether. So I'm making a new file currency underscore bad and saving it. It is as it is not allowing me to. Also, it is saying that I do not have permission to save to this location. That's strange. I mean, I should have right permission to save to this location. Don't know why it's not allowing me. If I create a copy of this file, so I've created a copy. Let me rename it and rename it as bad. Uh, let's try to alter this file and replace all the data VB with bad keywords. Now let's try to save this file, and it's not allowing me. So somehow I don't have permissions to that folder, so I need to correct the permissions issue first. So let's see if we have if I have access to this folder. So the whole folder is read only. So whatever files are created in this folder are read only. So I need to uncheck this option if we have to save this file. So let's apply. I want to apply the changes to this folder and subfolders and files as well. So let's click on OK. Let's click continue. So all the files are now read write files, and I should be able to save the currency bed file if I make the changes. So let's do a replace all and try to save this file, and this time I should be able to save the file. So let's save it. So it is still not allowing me to save the file. So looks to be a permission issue. Instead of the read write issue, it's a permission issue. So let me check the permissions on this folder. So go to properties and uncheck this, and this path is not shared, but yeah, we can check on the security permissions. So administrators have access. Let me add my users here so that I can have full control. So let me add myself. Let me check my account and add it here, and give full permissions to my account so that I can read write on all the files. So my account now has permission, and I'm replicating the permissions to all the files. So let me see if I'm able to modify the data inside this file, do edit replace and do a replace all, and then so I'm now able to save the file after giving the permissions to this folder, to particular my account. So now all the data is changed from VB to bad. All right, and this file will cause the lookup failure for the currency data in the dim currency table. So let's quickly go ahead, and so we have created a corrupted file, guys, and this is the location of the file. If you have followed one of my earlier videos, the part 1, and this should be the location of your currency files. Now we have a bad file now. Now what we will do, we will verify that an error occurs when we run the package. So go inside the package and do start debugging. From the debug menu, select start debugging. We should get some errors. Now on the certain iteration of the data flow, as this is running in a loop, we will get some errors. So right now the package is running at some iteration, so we got the error right in the lookup key transformation because of that bad file, right? Because the lookup transformation failed, and the failure of the transformation causes the whole package to fail. All right, now on the debug menu I need to stop it here. So stop the debugging. It will take us to the design surface, and there's a execution results tab, right? Go to that, and there's a logging over here. So browse through the log and verify the following unhandled uh, error has occurred. So what is the error? Please check out carefully. Let's check it out together. Let's see where the error is. Do you see it somewhere? So here we have error, right? Marked with cross sign, red cross sign. So the error is lookup currency key 27 error. Row yielded no matches during the lookup. Because we don't have the currency key data with bad uh, currency type. So the matching has failed. So this is the error you should be looking for. And the number 27 is the ID of the component. The value is assigned when you build the data flow. And the value in your package may be different, but in our package it's 27. All right. So this is how error is now introduced. Now the task 2 is done, guys. Step 2 is done. We have created a corrupted file. We have run the package and shown you that it is causing an error. Now what we will do, we will add the error flow redirection here. So let's quickly go ahead and go through this topic, adding the error flow redirection. So guys, I'm back. Let's come down to the third step, which is adding error flow redirection. Now basically we got the error in the project in the lookup transformation. So what we will do, we will add the error flow redirection. In the previous task, the lookup currency key transformation cannot generate a match when the transformation tries to process the corrupted sample file, which basically produced an error. And because the transformation uses the default setting for the error output, any error causes the transformation to fail, and when the transformation fails, the rest of the package fails. So we just saw that whole of our package has failed because it is the default settings for error output is configured, and basically which causes any error causes the transformation to fail, and when a particular transformation fails, the whole package also fails. All right. So rather than permitting the transformation to fail, what you can do, you can configure the component to redirect the failed row to another processing path. So if there are any failed rows, we will redirect those failed rows to another processing path by using the error output. Now using the separate error processing path provides more options. All right. For instance, you could clean the data and then reprocess the failed row. So that is one of the options by using the redirection. What we can do, we can clean the data and then reprocess the failed row as well. So using a separate error processing path provides more options like this, like cleaning of data and reprocessing of the failed row. Or other option can be you could save the failed row along with its error information for later verification and reprocessing. That can also be done. So let me write that down. And that point is quite important. So let me write that stuff. So what happened during the error method as we got the error? So in the previous task, if we would say, let me mark it with a different color. So I'm on step 3. So in the previous task, what happened is the lookup currency key transformation cannot generate a match when the transformation tried to process the corrupt sample flat file. the currency.bad file, currency underscore bad file, which was the corrupt file. So the lookup process in the previous task was not able to generate the match when it tried to process the corrupt sample flat file, which produced an error, right? Now, second point is because the transformation, that particular lookup transformation is using default settings for error output. So that process, the lookup process is using the default settings for error output. Any error causes the transformation to fail. So as soon as any error occurs and the process lookup process is using the default settings for error output, any error causes that particular lookup transformation to fail. And when the transformation fails, the rest of the package also fails. All right. Now let's move on to next point. Now, rather than permitting the transformation, by transformation here I'm referring to the lookup transformation. Rather than we permit the lookup transformation to fail, what we can do is we can configure the component. By component here I'm referring to the lookup transformation component. So we can configure that component to redirect the failed row to another processing path. So failed data can be redirected to another processing path by using the error output. All right. And basically, what are the benefits of using a separate error processing path? So by using a separate error processing path, it gives us more options. Like, what are those options? Let me give you an example. So for instance, we can, or you could clean the data and then reprocess the failed rows, right? One option can be this, or what you can do, you could save the failed rows along with its error information for later verification and processing. So these are some of the points you should go through, right? These are the 4 main points. So what we will do, we will redirect the error processing. So what we will do in this task, we will configure a lookup currency key transformation. So basically this component, let's go to data flow. So we will modify this lookup currency key transformation to redirect any rows that fail to the error output. And in the error branch of the data flow, integration services write these rows to a file. So whatever data is having an error, we will write those rows out to a file. This is what we will do. So by default, the 2 extra columns in the integration services error output, error code and error column contain only a numeric error code and the ID of the column in which the error occurred. All right. So let's dive into that later. Okay. So here we are talking about the integration services error output. It contains, if we'll see the data for that, it will show us the error code and error columns, which basically contains the numeric error code and the ID of the column in which the error occurred. And in this particular task, before the package writes the failed rows to a file, we will use a script component to access the integration services API and get the description of the error. So here we will also use a script to access the integration services API before we are finally writing out the error information to a flat file. So basically, why we are using an API, we will get the description of the error uh, via the API. All right, guys, let's do some practical over here. So we will configure an error output now. So what you need to do, in the SSIS toolbox, you need to expand on the common section. So this is the section you need to expand. And once you expand the common section, there's a script component you will find over here. This is script component. Let's see if we have. So we have a script component here. Let's see if we get the same component on the controls tab. So if you're on the controls tab, you don't see the script component on the comments under the common section, right? So there's a script task, but not script component, right? So you need to be on the data flow data flow tab, right? And if you look under the commons section, you will find the script component. So you need to drag the script component onto the design surface of the data flow tab, right? So let's drag it here. So once you drag this component, you will get the select script component type dialog box denoted by the heading. And you need to select a transformation, you need to select this option, transformation. So this script is a transformation in the data flow and operates on data from input columns and provide data to the output columns. So let's select that and click OK. So script component is now added. Now to connect the two components, select the lookup currency key. So we will connect this component with the lookup currency key. So what we need to do, we need to select the lookup currency key transformation, and there's a, if you select this, you will see a red arrow just below it. You will see a red arrow, this arrow, this arrow, this output arrow, right? So drag its red arrow to the new script transformation component. So we have connected it, right? Once you connect the two components, so basically let me first talk about the red arrow. The red arrow represents the error output of the lookup currency key transformation. So red arrow indicates the error output, and we have taken the error output of lookup currency key transformation, and by using the red arrow to connect to the transformation to connect the transformation to the script component, you redirect any processing errors to the script component, which processes the error and sends them to the destination. All right. So we have connected the error output with the script component, and by doing so, and by using the red arrow, we connected to the script component. Basically, what we are doing is we are redirecting any processing errors to the from the lookup currency key component to the script component. We are redirecting the errors. All right. So okay, and the script component basically processes the error and sends them to the destination. Now what we will get is we will get the configure error output box. Now in the error column, currently failed component is selected. What we need to do is in the error column, we need to select redirect row. All right. So we have selected lookup match. Give me a moment, guys. All right, guys, let's continue. So we need to select the redirect row under the edit section. Earlier it was set to fail component, but now it is set to redirect row. and we should click OK after that. So after you click OK, you will come back to the data flow tab screen, and on the data flow design surface select the name script component. So let's select this script component now. In the new script component, so let's select the name here for the new script component, and change the name to get error description. So let me rename it to get error description. All right, so now this script component name is now changed to get error description, right? Now double click this get error description transformation. It will open up a dialog box, the script transformation editor dialog box, and on the input column page, which you can select from the left, select the error code column. So what will be the error code column? So this is the error code column, which gives us the error code, right? And on the inputs and so on the input columns page, just select the error code, and on the inputs and outputs page, expand the output 0 uh, tree and select the output columns, and then select the add column option. All right, so once you clicked on add column, you will see a new column here. So in the name property of this column, so do you see a name property over here? So this is the name property. So enter the in the name property column, enter the error description. So another column will be error description, which I have renamed it here, and set its data type property. So we have a data type property over here. So select the data type property to Unicode string. So which will be Unicode string DTWSTR. Select this. So once you select this, on the script page, which is on the left hand side, verify that the locale ID property. So where is the locale ID property? So yeah, locale ID is set to English United States. We need to confirm on this. Now there's an edit script option at the bottom. Now select the edit script option to open Microsoft Visual Studio Tools for applications. All right. So let's edit the script. It will open up Microsoft Visual Studio Tools for Application, or VSTA. Which will basically which is basically a script editor. So waiting for script editor to open. I have to write a script here. So we see Visual Studio Tools for Application is now opened. Now it has opened up the main function. So let me check. So this is a C hash project. If you see on the right hand side, we have some C hash files over here. Right. So if we select the component from here, drop down, there is input 0 underscore processing input row section. So select this method from here. We will need to write some code over here. Input 0. So we can add our code here, but this line is commented. So we will write our code below these lines. Right. So either you can write a Visual Basic code, or you can write the Visual C hash code. All right. So All right, let me try to put VB code if that works. Otherwise, you can put the C hash code as well. So I'm entering row.error description. Write that code along with me. Equals to. So row.error description would be me, which refers to the same component. So let's see if it allows the me component to us. So it is not allowing. So this is here we have to write a C hash code because we see C hash files over here. So let's write a C hash code. So again, you need to type the same thing. Row.error description equal to, we can use this keyword here. So which is basically a C hash code. So this dot component metadata, and let's move it to next line. So this dot component metadata dot get error description is the function where, and we pass row dot error code to this function, which basically gives the error description of the error code we pass on to it. And in the previous component we had selected the error code, right, as the output. So now this is, the code is looking fine. In the end, add the semicolon to terminate the statement, which basically makes your code correct. So all right, we are done. Now this is done. Now go to the build menu, and there is an option to build solution. So in the build menu, it is giving me this. So let me try to build this. So I think it is built. So this is now dimmed out. So I think script is built. Now close the VSTA and you will be back. Right. And after that, click on OK. We have edited the script already. So I hope script should be there. So once I again click on edit script, it should open the script writer once again, and we will just make sure that our script is intact over there. So let's see quickly. Let's wait for the script writer to open. So script writer is open, guys, and let's see if the code is intact over there. So yeah, we can see, let's use the input 0 processing input row. So yeah, the code is intact, so we can close it and come back over there. And let's click OK to close the script transformation item dialog box. In the input columns, we have, sorry guys, it's kind of stuck at present. Okay. So in the input columns box, we have selected the error code, and this error code is being passed to the script, right? And input is the error code and the output is the error description, basically. So we have mapped this column as error description, and we have written the script, basically provided a function to provide the error description on the basis of error code. Now let's click on OK. And we are done with this step, guys. Now we have configured the get error description component. All right, which will basically run a script to get the error description. Now let's go to next step, which will be to add a flat file destination. What we will do, we will add a flat file destination. Now the error output of the lookup currency key, which is this component. So error output of the lookup currency key transformation, redirect any rows that failed the lookup to the script transformation operation, right? To provide more information about the errors that occurred. Now the script transformation runs a script that gets the each error description. Now in this task, what we will do, we will save all this information about the failed rows to a delimited text file for later processing. To save the failed rows, you need to add and configure a flat file connection manager, which I think is already added. I think we have a flat file connection manager. So let's see if we need to add another flat file connection manager. Let's see. So to save the fail rows, you need to add and configure a flat file connection manager for the text files that contains the error data and the flat file destination. So we need to add another flat file connection manager for text files that contains the error data and the flat file destination as well. All right. Now by setting properties on the flat file connection manager that the flat file destination uses, you can specify how the flat file destination formats and writes the text file. Now let's see. Let's add and configure a flat file destination. Now select the data flow tab. So we are already on it. Let me save the project till here. Now on the data flow tab, alright, so we are on the data flow tab. Now in the SSIS toolbox on the left hand side, expand the other destinations. So let's expand the other destinations and drag the flat file destination. So this is the one. Let's drag it over here. So this is the flat file destination onto the data flow design surface and put the flat file destination directly underneath the get error description. So let's put it under the get error description. The output of get error description goes to a flat file destination. Alright, now select the get error description, right? And drag the blue arrow onto the new flat file destination. So let me drag that arrow and connect it to this component. So now they both are connected now. Now next step will be on the data flow design surface, select the name flat file destination. So let's select this name flat file destination in the new flat file. So alright, so we have selected the flat file destination and change the name to the change the name of this destination as failed rows. So let me type that. So I've changed it to failed rows. I've changed the flat file destination to failed rows. Now right click the failed rows transformation and there's an edit option. Click on edit. Then the flat file destination editor. So it opens up the flat file destination editor. We need to select a new option. So let's click on new. Now in the flat file format dialog box that will appear, verify that delimited is selected. So it will create a delimited file. So where the columns are delimited by commas except the last one, which is delimited by the new line character. So it will create a delimited file. Let's click on OK. Now in the flat file connection manager writer, we are back to it, and so it opened up a flat file connection manager editor. In the connection manager name section, which is the first section, enter the name error data. All right, so the connection manager name is error data, right? Now in the flat file connection manager editor dialog box, select the browse button and locate the folder where you want to store the file. So let me store it in, I had created a folder for SSIS logging, I think. But it's not showing up over here. So let me create a new folder over here. Let's mark it as SSIS logging. All right, so I will output the files here. So let's name the file as error output, and by default the extension is txt over here, right? We can create a CSV as well apart from txt, but let's keep it to txt. Now let's click on open. So it will fill in the name of the file over here, right? Now what we need to do is we need to verify the locale, which is set to English United States and which is correct, and we need to verify the code page. It should be 1252 and C Latin 1. Both are correct. Now in the options pane, where is the options pane? Let me see. Options pane. Okay. Select column. So on the left hand side, this one is the options pane. So you need to select columns now, right? In addition to the column from source data file, there are 3 new columns. So error description is from the source, and apart from that, there are many other columns as well. If we can see. So these columns are error code, error column, and error descriptions. So these are the additional columns: 3 error code, error column, and error description. So in addition to the columns from the source data file, there are 3 more columns. These are error code, error column, and error description. And these columns are the error output of the lookup currency key transformation and the script in the get error description transformation. You can use this column to troubleshoot the cause of the failed row. Now let's select OK. I just wanted to show you the columns. So once you click on OK in the flat file destination editor, you will come back to that. We need to clear the override data in a file so that logging should be in the appended manner. It should not overwrite the file every time we run the package. Now clearing this checkbox persists the errors over multiple package execution by appending each new runs error output, which is just I was talking about. And the flat file destination editor, select the mappings section, which is on the left hand side, and basically select the mappings to verify that all the columns are correct. So all the columns are looking correct. Seems to be looking correct. Each are mapped correctly. So your mappings look okay to me. And create mappings here you can also create mappings for any columns that are not mapped. Optionally you can rename the columns as well over here. Let's keep it like this, and we can also rename the column in the destination from here, but yeah, we want to keep it like this. So what we can do is let's click on the OK button. So now the output file is configured over here, which is a flat file destination in the SSIS logging folder we created on the C drive. Now this task is finished, and let's go ahead, and our package is also built. Let's save the package, and now it's runtime, which is the step 5. We will test the package we have created. So what we will do right now is what happens at runtime, the corrupted file currency.txt fails to generate a match, right, within the currency key lookup transformation. And because now we have configured the error output of the currency key lookup to redirect any failed rows, so we have configured the lookup error output. It goes to this component get error description. Now because we have configured the error output of the currency key lookup to redirect the failed rows to the new failed rows destination, right, the component doesn't fail and the package runs successfully this time because we have handled the error output. Now integration services write all the failed error rows to the error output txt file, which we have configured in the flat file destination. Now in this task we will test the revised error output configuration by running the package. After the successful package execution, we will view the contents of the error output txt file that gets created. And if we don't want to accumulate error rows in the error output file for every run, we can manually delete the file content between the package runs. Now package layout is looking okay to me. We are good. And let's run the package. So on the debug menu over here, you need to click on start debugging, which will start running the package. And after the package has completed its execution, so once it is complete, now it is running in a loop. So once it is complete, what we will do, we will stop the debugging. So let's wait for it to complete. Now it is complete, nothing is happening. We can go to debug menu and click on stop debugging. And this time the errors are written to the flat file, and we can check that file. So what we will do now is we will view the contents of the error output txt file, and in the notepad or any other text editor, open the error output txt file, which is on the C drive SSIS login. So this is the file where errors were written, right? So let's check out this file with the notepad. So these are the errors. These are the error rows. So error description is given over here that row yielded no match during the lookup process. So that's why these are the error descriptions. So error description is row yielded no match during the lookup process. All right. All the rows in the file contain unmatched currency ID value BAT. Error code value is this 107160778 is the error code. Error column value is 0 over here, and the error description is row yielded no match during lookup. The value of the error column is 0. I'm talking about this column, is because the error isn't column specific, rather the lookup operation has failed. So it's not column specific. So otherwise, if it's column specific, it gives us the column number. But here the error is basically lookup operation specific and not column specific. So that's why I got 0 values in here. Now let's close this file, and we are done with this package and done with this lesson, we can say lesson 4, where we had added the error flow redirection. So I hope you like this video. Tell us about that, guys, if you really like this video. We are done with this video, and what we have covered is we have covered 5 steps to perform the redirection of errors with SSIS. So we covered 5 steps: copied the package first, and then created a corrupted file, then added the error flow redirection, and then added the flat file destination where the errors will be written, and we then tested the package. So guys, I hope you like this video, and if you really like this video, please click on the like button below this video. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so now. There's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. And guys, if you have not watched part 1 till 6 of this video series, please go ahead and do that. So otherwise, just reviewing this part 7 would not be of any use to you if you have not watched the previous 6 parts of this video. So I hope you will go ahead and do the same. And guys, please do share your comments with us. Any comments, suggestions, requirements, any day-to-day situations you have encountered with SQL Server, and apart from that, you can let us know if any of our content has helped you somewhere in any particular situation. You can share your stories with us. Also, guys, if you have a good network of friends, please circulate my videos if you feel they are working in SQL Server domain, and if you feel my videos are useful for them. And also ask them to subscribe to my channel if you feel that my channel can make a difference in their life, and if they are in SQL Server stream or SQL Server is their domain. Please ask them to subscribe to my channel. I would be really grateful to you. And I thank you so much once again for your time on this video today, and you have a wonderful day ahead, guys. Thank you.